whispers, alibis thin. Two sharp-eyed sleuths say, all right, who sinned? Has tipped low, clues fall in line. They read between the lines, right on time. Grim starts sweating when the squad rolls through. Every story tested, most don't stand up to prove. So grab your fedora, jump right in. True Crime Squad's on, and the trouble begins. Join the super squad, bonus laughs, deeper clues. Same sharp sleuths, just extra clues.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the True Crime Squad. This is Katie Weaver. I'm here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Kristi Brower. How's it going?
Hello, hey everybody. It is great. We spent the very early morning on the Fitzsimmons trial. Turned out, I was there about an hour and 45 minutes early. But that's okay. I'm getting better at finding where times are, and they did actually set real times for the trial, set them out loud and stuff, which makes it, a lot easier.
Good. And you were streaming that over on the True Crime Squad Trials channel.
Yep, I was over on the Trials channel. Now, I did edit that hearing, and I put it up all in one blow with way better sound and no breaks as a show itself on the Trials channel. I also put it up on Spotify. I'm going to start doing that. These trials are going to start going up in pieces to Spotify as well. So
excellent.
There's lots of ways to interact with us for trials. And today was a very interesting hearing in Fitzsimmons. So
yes. Well, we're going to get to Fitzsimmons. Before we do that, though, I want to remind you guys that it is the watch party tonight at 7:15. We are watching, and thank you to listener Kristi for the suggestion. We're watching La Tres Muertes de Maricela Escobedo. That's the 3 deaths of Maricela Escobedo. I haven't watched it yet. I watched some bits today. It looks amazing, and it comes highly recommended from someone I trust. And I'm excited. I really like doing cases that are outside of the U.S. And so,
yes,
I'm super excited. So, tell us how to join the watch party.
So, the watch party is a perk of our subscription over at our website, truecrimesquad.com. It's called the Super Squad. If you want to join that, you just go over there. It's at the top of the page. Join it. You get 2 bonus episodes a month. You get access to the watch party, access to the Secret Archives, which is 5 years of Patreon episodes, and 20% off merch.
Yeah.
So it's totally worth it, and you could still join even during this show and still join us for the watch party.
Yeah. And as always, you'll watch on your own device. We can't stream Netflix, of course. So you watch on your own device, and this is what you'll see on your screen. But we'll all be together chatting away in the chat room.
Yep. So it's just a live chat while we watch it together. And so we always say, like, okay, we're going to press play at this time. Everybody ready, set, go. So that we're kind of all on the same schedule as we're watching. So I'm excited. I have not seen this either.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I've been running all day. I'm very excited after this show to hit the couch with the dogs and watch this show. That's what the dogs are demanding. Yeah.
I would imagine so. Yeah. And yes, there was, Kristi said, did I edit out the drunk cameraman? I did, although if you want to go watch the live stream, you can find the camera work. It is rather stunning, friends. I think this was somebody's first day, maybe on Earth. Not just as a camera person, but possibly on Earth. For a while, we got to watch everyone's feet walk by during a break, and you could hear everything going on, like the mic was still on, but it was just pointing. These 2 ladies were sitting in one of the, church pews in there, and you see their boots, and then you see other people walk by. It's kind of interesting. I thought, somebody's going to steal this, put it up on OnlyFans. Just saying.
Yeah.
Then it was sideways for a little while, and then it swung around wildly a couple of times. It was hilarious. So,
oh Lordy,
you know how court is. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, laid the camera down. Didn't really think about the fact that it was now sideways for a while. Like it was.
So this was take your kid to work day, or
right, or this was someone's first day on Earth, or maybe the camera person was sick, and so someone who has never run a camera before in their life did it. I don't know, but they didn't turn off the sound either.
Oh,
like
dear.
you couldn't really hear what people were doing, but you could. Like you could. There was so much talking.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It was really funny.
Oh Lord, you never know what's going to happen.
You just don't.
We're actually going to start with a very large legal proceeding that wrapped up today. Before that, though, I was working on a video for this show of what we're going to give you next. And my husband comes running in my office and he's like, I have a big problem. I was like, oh, no, I'm doing my show in like 10 minutes. What do you need? Well, he incubated a few of our eggs to see, he's trying to see if he can tell which rooster is breeding the hens so that if we need to split them out, because he wants to get some of the zombie hit chickens and whatever. Anyway,
oh, right.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But he didn't think that those eggs were set to hatch for like another 5 or 6 days. And he just walked in the garage and the incubator's full of peeping babies. So,
oh my gosh. In March?
Shit.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was 73 today. My gosh. But
yeah, it was 75 here. We took a walk with the dogs. I didn't need a jacket. I wore shorts.
Yeah.
Idaho is broken.
So broken. Yeah, I'm terrified for us come June or July. August. Oh, August. It's going to suck. Anyway, I guess actually when I get off the show, I should be excited to run out to the incubators and check out the new babies.
You're a grandma.
Oh, no. Yeah. So he says they look blue. So the question will be if they have black legs or they have pink legs. If they have black legs, then their father is Giovanni. And if they have pink legs, then their father is Roscoe. So we'll find out.
I do love these names.
They're the only ones. I'm sorry to the hens. None of them have names. That's because we're assholes, and that's how it is.
That's because they're the women doing all the work in the background.
All the work. Yeah.
You know how
laying
this
all the
goes.
eggs. Yeah.
We had this whole conversation the other day about why the seal for Utah is the beehive.
Oh, yes. Now you know. Right?
Yeah.
Well, the reason the black rooster is named Giovanni is because we were listening to a book about a vampire named Giovanni. It was like, it just fit. So, and Roscoe's just right, you know? We must do a Maury show. You are not the father. Well, let's get into it because we have quite a bit and we have to be out of here on time today because of the watch party. But, oh gosh, you guys. Hey, do you know who Afroman is?
Oh, I do now.
Because if you don't,
I shall
you
never
will.
forget.
However, I'll send you, I'm going to sing you a few words of a song and that's all, I promise. But you'll know. I was supposed to go to work, but then I got high. Right? You've heard that song, right? All right. Well, that's Afroman. And Afroman was getting sued.
I did not know that was Afroman. That's
you didn't?
good.
Yeah. That's one of his most prolific songs. Well, until Lemon Pound Cake. But, all right. So Afroman was getting sued. And he was getting sued because of an incident. Well, because of his response to an incident. So back in 2022, in his home in Ohio, in Adams County, the Adams County Sheriff's Office raided his home on a warrant looking for...
Kicked in his door.
Yes, on suspicion of drug trafficking and kidnapping. They broke his gate to get into his property. They broke his door. They took all of his money. They terrified his family. He wasn't even home, with ARs and, guns in their faces. And it was a very scary situation. They found 0 things. They had a math dispute that did make it appear that they had stolen $400 from him when he got all of his money back. Now, that's probably just because
turned
they're
off
bad
his
at
security
math.
cameras in his house.
In his house. They were walking around unplugging and turning off his security cameras. But dude had a lot of cameras. And from those cameras, he got he got a call from a family member letting him know this was happening. So he was watching it happen from the cameras. But then they started shutting off the cameras in his home. Very questionable behavior. They were flipping
Did their
off.
warrant say they could do that?
I seriously doubt it. They were flipping off his cameras. It was just a super bad situation. So then they found zero things, absolutely nothing, and they had to give him his money back. So when he went to get his money back, he showed up at the police station with his attorney and the news, because he wanted the press to blast this everywhere and let them know that this had happened to him and that there was no grounds for it.
Well, he also said in court that he didn't want to get killed on the steps of the police station either.
Yeah, he was very concerned.
That's a legit fear.
Yeah, he was very concerned for his safety. Yeah, so 6. Oh my gosh, 6 babies. Send help. Anyhow, so what he did do is he took all of the footage from his cameras from his home of these police officers that were serving this warrant, and he made some attack videos, we'll say, saying things
parodies
about these folks. They did not like that at all. And so they sued him for defamation. Some of them have left their jobs. But court, God, you guys, if you think that the Cardi B civil trial or Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, if you think those were wild, you have seen nothing yet, because the stuff I heard out of those people in a courtroom absolutely killed me. Oh yeah, songs, memes, gifs. The main song was Lemon Pound Cake. Lemon Pound Cake. Yep. I'm not going to play it because it's not mine, but you should definitely go find it online if you're interested. Now listen, he was very mean to these people. He called out their flaws. He hurt their feelings. He hurt their pride. He did call one guy a pedophile. He called another guy, called them all thieves. He said that he was doing one of the guy's wives. There was a lot of stuff that was said.
He took it pretty far.
Mm-hmm. I have a clip. I have about 12 minutes of court from different parts of court, including part of the closing from the plaintiff's attorney that will just blow your freaking mind. But the great thing is it went to the jury this morning and it came back this afternoon. So we actually know what happened. So let's do it. Let's watch the video. I am going to say the one lady that you're going to see in this video is an ex-wife of one of the plaintiffs, and she testified for Afroman's camp. What a great FU to your ex-husband.
Testimony. Oh my God.
So funny. So know that. Also know that I am not providing any footage from Officer Lisa, because of all of them, this actually destroyed this woman. And the stuff that he said about her was real rough, and he made an entire song making fun of her weight, making fun of her, putting her gender in question. I'm not saying it was illegal or not illegal, but I'm not going to air it on this show. This woman sobbed all the way through court, and it was terrible. So I'm not going to increase her trauma by showing this, but the rest of it's on the table. So here we go.
Yeah.
The lady at the sheriff department just volunteered the information. I was sitting there, if she had been, I might not even known I got ripped off. She admitted it live on Channel 19 News that the money wasn't right.
You remember in your deposition when I asked you why did you bring the news when you picked up the money?
Yeah, I didn't want to get beat up or Epstein at the sheriff's station after I seen him running around my house with AR-15s. So that's why I brought the news and my attorney. So to make sure I got out of that place with my money.
You brought the news to protect you physically?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't bring the news because you already knew there was a miscount and you were going to make
I didn't know nothing about the miscount. I didn't know. I figured they stole my money. They turned my cameras off. So if you turn my cameras off, you must have got something bad.
When this search happened back in August of 2022, Mr. Foreman, you weren't at home?
No.
You were driving home from Chicago?
Yes.
And you got an alert from a family member that the sheriffs were there searching your home, is that right?
Yes.
And you were able to turn on your phone and watch through your home security system what the deputies were doing for a period of time, weren't you?
Yes.
And is it fair to say you were angry and upset about this search?
I wasn't happy.
And is that why you posted the things we've seen this week, because you weren't happy?
No, I posted it because the sheriff's never supposed to raid my house in the first place. The whole raid was a mistake. All of this is their fault. If they hadn't wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. They wouldn't be on my body. They wouldn't be on my home surveillance system. And there would be no songs, nothing. My money would still be intact, nothing. So all of this is their fault.
And because they executed a search warrant on your home, that gave you the right to post the things that we've seen this week on the internet?
Because
Is that right? Is that right, Mr. Foreman?
Yes, for
Yes?
tearing down my door, not paying for it, not being apologetic, me being a sport, doing something peaceful to raise the money to pay for their damages, me having the right of the freedom of speech as an American to talk to my family, friends, and fans about what the sheriffs did to my home. Yes, I had the right to my freedom of speech. After they left, I had the right to kick the can and to do what I had to do to repair the damage they brought to my house. Yes, I did.
That includes the right to post the videos that you've just been posting up until Friday and beyond, right?
Yes, I have freedom of speech. I'm a rapper. I entertain. I write fiction, comedy. Yes, I mean, I entertain for a living like you practice law for a living. So I have to go to work.
Okay, now, watch the physically challenged officer come in here. He gonna take a double take on the pound cake. Look at the pound cake. He wanna shoot me. He gonna look at the pound cake and hey man, that pound cake. He didn't know whether to shoot me or cut him a slice of that lemon pound cake. He backed up. He wants some of that pound cake, man.
Sorry. Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times. You received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Okay. And
Did you catch that? The sheriff's office has received hundreds of pound cakes. Another time they said over 300 pound cakes they have received at the sheriff's office. Listen, I don't think everything Afroman did was okay. It's certainly not things I would do, but oh my God. Half the stuff being said in a courtroom. Well, we'll keep going.
And the way that they're taking it so seriously. Like, this is like a murder trial.
Wait till you see Quasimodo.
the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but you'd have to ask him that question.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play what's marked Defense Exhibit V. I'd like you to watch this.
Okay.
Oh, you got to turn something else.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just a living pound cake. Mama's living down.
Song Lemon Pound Cake. Did they take that as a literal?
So it's Lemon Pound Cake and Officer Pound Cake. Now moving on to the ex-wife.
I mean, don't you think if they had all taken this a little differently and were able to laugh at themselves, this would have just never blown up into this huge thing?
I would really, really think so, but
Just taking this so fucking seriously, like, this is serious. As they're playing Lemon Pound Cake.
yeah.
Come on.
Fact from your observations?
No.
Were they laughing?
Oh, quick note about her. She's a school teacher. She teaches high school. Or I don't know
And
if she
the
teaches high
ex-wife
school. She's a
of
school teacher.
Pound Cake, right? Isn't
Yeah,
she
I believe she's
Pound
the
Cake's
ex-wife of
ex-wife?
Officer Pound Cake, yes.
And joking about it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Are you familiar with the song WAP?
I think I
I'm
heard
sorry,
it.
no, strike that. I'm going to give you the complete song and then summarize it because I only want to say it once. Are you familiar with the song Wet Ass Pussy?
Yes,
Is that a rap song?
it is.
Has your students played it in class?
Once, and I asked them to please turn it off.
When they were listening to it, did they think that was fact?
No,
So they didn't think that that was depicting anything in real life?
no,
So you didn't have to teach them that wasn't real?
right, no, I did not.
You've heard the song, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you believe it's a literal interpretation?
No,
Would you agree it's derogatory towards women?
no,
Even though it says nasty things about them?
yeah, no, I mean, it's the artist's opinion, I guess. That's the way I feel.
Maybe not an opinion you like, but...
Yeah.
So, Ms. Grooms, has Mr. Foreman's posts about Sean or any of the general posts about the Adams County Sheriff's Department as a whole affected your life any at all?
No,
Would you believe it would have affected your life while you were married to Sean?
if it had any effect, I guess that would be the time it would have an effect.
But as his spouse, you would have expected it.
Yes,
Okay. And I don't want you to go into too many details, but is it fair to say that Mr. Foreman, the posts about the police department, everything had not a damn thing to do with your relationship between you and Sean, and that came to an end?
no, it did not.
So the posts never affected your life, never affected your marriage?
No,
Okay. So any statement to the contrary would be false?
yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. No further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Ma'am, would you purport that women do not need a bucket and a mop? Is that what you're saying? What? That was the whole choice. That song had nothing to do with this trial. That was just his example. Like, he chose to bring that in here.
It's a great example, though. Like, I think I get the point. Like, just because somebody does a song about something doesn't make it real or true.
I mean, he could
I
have used
loved
somewhere over the rainbow. Nobody actually could go over the rainbow, but sure, let's go with WAP.
I know, but I think he's just meeting ridiculous with ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, love it.
Absolutely.
Also, she is right. That is not a song that is derogatory toward women. That is a song about women's empowerment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like it or not, it is. All right, well, let's keep going.
Was cash located in the property?
Yes.
Do you remember how much approximately?
Approximately $4,000.
Did you take any of the money?
No.
Did you ever take any money from the evidence bags?
No.
Did you ever take
Is
any
this
of
Beetle
Mr.
Bailey?
Foreman's money?
No.
Was your counting of the cash recorded on your body cam?
Yes.
Cash was ultimately returned to Mr. Foreman?
Yes.
And can you tell us why that was?
The prosecutor at the time decided we're not going to pursue any current criminal charges, and the property was released back to him.
Okay. Was an allegation made that there was less cash than there should have been?
Yes.
And who made that allegation?
I believe Mr. Foreman.
How did you learn about this discrepancy?
The evidence technician that releases property had called me and told me that the account was short.
Tell us what you mean by that. The count was short.
Less money was returned than what was indicated.
And where was this amount indicated?
On the bag.
On evidence bag?
Correct.
So I'm understanding you correctly. The amount of money that was indicated on the evidence bag was more than what was actually returned to Mr. Foreman?
Correct.
All right. Were you able to account for that discrepancy?
I wasn't, no.
What happened?
Once the allegation was made, the sheriff contacted the Claremont County Sheriff's Office to conduct an independent investigation.
Do you know whether an independent investigation was conducted by the Claremont County Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
And do you know the results of that investigation?
They were to determine that I miscounted the money during my original count.
All right. Did they conclude that any money had been taken?
They said there was not any money taken.
Now, did that stop Mr. Foreman from continuing to claim you had stolen $400?
No.
Did he accuse anyone other than you of stealing money?
Multiple times he accuses all of being thieves.
So you were called a couple of names by Mr. Foreman, one of those being, what was it, Beetle Bailey.
Yes, sir.
Does anyone believe you're Beetle Bailey?
Probably not. That's a drawn person.
Beetle Bailey is a cartoon that's in the newspaper.
Sure.
Been there for years. Okay. So that would be an exaggeration. Okay. And when they call you a son of a bitch, that would be an opinion?
I'd assume that would be an opinion.
Okay. Because there's no way we can prove whether you're a son of a bitch or not.
Yeah, she's been dead for years.
I am sorry about your mother on that. I am.
Can you prove right here in this court of law that you are or are not a son of a bitch? No, sir, I can't. My mother is deceased. What?
How did the jury keep their shit together during this trial?
I wouldn't have made it through opening statements, man. I don't even know. Luckily, this was only a few days long, but I can't imagine the jury isn't.
Yeah, it was 3 days.
How do you not just, well, we'll keep going.
But you would agree, though, that when someone calls someone a son of a bitch, it's not necessarily a statement of fact. It's more a statement of opinion or a description of a person.
Sure.
Okay. The same thing with being called, I think it's Gomer Pyle.
Yes.
Okay. No one would think you're Gomer Pyle from the movie?
Obviously, that's a character in the movie.
Yeah. But you're not that person. No.
Are you or are you not Gomer Pyle? Now, then we get into the stuff about whether he, about him saying that he had an affair with this guy's wife or was banging this guy's wife.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets real mad.
This may sound stupid, but you've been a law enforcement officer for a long time, correct?
Yes.
You've been called many derogatory names, correct?
Over the years, yes.
You've been called a son of a bitch before, correct?
Not published, but yes.
Okay. You've been called other things even worse, correct?
I'm sure over the years I've been called many things.
Okay. So you're solely being painted in a false light due to Mr. Walters saying he had sex with your wife.
Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't.
Good catch on that. So you're claiming that is the defamation statement, is that he said he had sex with your wife?
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light?
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
Oh, no!
What? So this is a wife problem, not an Afroman problem.
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know. I just
been with that woman since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there.
He said, I don't know. He said, is your wife cheating on you? And he goes, I don't know. Oh, gosh.
I mean, I don't think the problem here is Afroman if you don't know. What?
The way he goes, we're going to do this. You could see he's just... Okay, we'll keep going. Again, I'm not saying what Afroman did was all okay, but holy shit, this was funny to watch.
Oh, my God. I just think how all of the ways they could have leaned into this, and all they've done is just make Afroman more famous and more rich.
100%. Can you imagine what he's going to put out now about beating them in court?
I cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is it true that Mr. Huermann called you a hunchback?
Yes.
And specifically compared you to Quasimodo?
Yes.
The Disney hero?
I'm assuming that's who it is.
Quasimodo from the Disney movie, The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I've never watched it, so I don't know.
So you would agree that when a person says that someone's a crooked defense attorney, they're not meaning that I'm like a vine, they're meaning that as a opinion, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree that when someone calls you a thief, it might be an opinion of theirs?
Can be, yeah.
Tell me what fact about you that receding hairline or dipshit refers to, please?
I'm sorry?
What private fact of yours does that refer to?
Well, I mean, there's a picture of me, and see here, talking about, see, I wouldn't trust him with methamphetamine crack ass alone in my house.
So
I find that pretty insulting.
So that statement is what you're suing on?
Well, no. I told you this is one of many.
Well, and that's why we're trying to
You
find.
keep trying to make it singular. I'm telling you it's not singular, it's plural.
Okay, and so one of them is dipshit, one is receding hairline,
Yep.
and the other is meth heads.
Yes.
Is there any more?
Well, when he's sitting there making accusations against the organization that I, at that time, was working for, destroying community trust, all based off of a lie, that's what ultimately stopped.
And that's community trust in the Adams County Sheriff's Department, correct?
Yes.
In this courtroom for a reason. And I believe...
Oh, this.
This is the plaintiff's clothes. There's only part
Gird
of it.
your loins. This is insane.
Yep.
There's a power higher than us that brought you here today to do this job, and that you are the chosen people to do it. Nobody else is going to do it. This is the day to decide whether Mr. Foreman gets away with what he's done and whether these plaintiffs deserve something to make up for what they've been through, and whether the community is told that what he did is unacceptable. It's
with regard to decorum, I don't expect any responses from anybody. It's been an emotional case. It's been a well-tried case. The lawyers did what they should do. The parties did what they should do. I just want to remind everybody that how the verdict comes out isn't something of public comment. So if you have an emotional attachment to the verdict, don't express it. Wait till you get out of the building before you let your emotions out. So the verdict forms are properly executed, properly completed. Copies will be made available to the parties. In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand in adjournment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And there you have it. That was just like 2 hours ago that the jury came back. I will give them some credit. I mean, they deliberated for a fair amount of time. Longer, I think, than Kouri Richins. So
Listen,
there you go.
It's not lost on any of us, I'm sure, that this is a black man dunking on white people. And they're so mad about it, they're going to sue. Are you kidding me?
He called me Quasimodo. He called me dipshit. He said I'm bald. He said I wanted to eat his lemon pound cake.
Oh my God.
He called me a son of a bitch, and he can't prove that.
Because my mother is dead. Oh, there are so many good one-liners in this. I can't even believe it. I can't believe this made it to court, really. But
me neither. I danced with the dogs to lemon pound cake all morning. It's catchy. I'll give you that.
It's a bop, friends. It is a bop.
A total bop, yeah. I think that the Adams County Sheriff's Office should probably gird their loins. I suspect there'll probably be a lot more lemon pound cakes incoming.
I mean, is it such a terrible punishment? Really? I've never seen a more immature group of adult human beings in my life. Any of this only has meaning if you allow it to, if you own it, if you take it on. Yeah. They could have done a video back at old Afroman themselves.
Yeah.
And leveled the playing field, but no, they did not.
No.
And they made it so much worse because this is all filmed and he's going to use all of it. Right, they found an attorney for this.
Yeah, they
Is
did.
your wife cheating? I don't know.
No. So your wife is cheating? Oh, we're going to do this? Ooh.
I mean, I don't think Afroman's the problem here.
Gomer Pyle. Beetle Bailey.
And Beetle Bailey. Hilarious.
I am absolutely
right.
dead.
It would have torched the tension if they'd done something back.
Yeah.
But we are talking about entitled, untalented white people. I'm sorry, but we are.
Well, that
because
forgot
yes,
that the First Amendment exists, and also the reason that he really could get away with this is because they were serving a warrant when this happened. Everything he used, all the footage, well, most of the footage came from, it was in Ohio, came from them being on his property, you know, exacting the warrant. So anyway, we have to move on. We're going to run out of time, but we couldn't let today go by without sharing this with you guys because you deserve it.
By God, yes, you do. Oh, I'm going to make a big compilation. I've downloaded all of the trial footage, and I'm going to put together a big compilation video of a lot of it and put it over on the trials channel and put it up on Spotify. That's my job tomorrow. So I can't wait.
Even more of this absolute nonsense.
Because
also,
frankly,
bless that jury. Bless them. Please, please, talk to the press. Please, for the love of God. We need to know how you kept straight faces. Was it attack? Was it attack? Did you bite your cheeks off? Like, what did you do?
I know. How did they not laugh out loud when they aired the entire song, Lemon Pound Cake? They aired the whole thing. That wasn't even necessary, friends, but they did it.
Well, one thing they did to many of them is they would take the portion of the songs that they were in that they were so upset about and re-air them on every platform they're on. So you have these people sitting on the stand just reliving the insults like 5 to 7 times over and over and over. And they just have to sit there and take it. Yeah.
But it's true that, yes, that's why it's so funny, is because they're taking this so seriously. Well, Jess said she thinks none of them ever heard an Eminem diss track. Right. Like, this is what rappers do. Like, they're famous for doing this shit to each other.
Oh, yeah.
I guess never. Let me tell you something. Watching this, it really hit me, and I know we got to move on, but this just really hit me about how indoctrinated white people are to follow the rules and do what you're told. And, you know, can you imagine a white person showing up and behaving like that in a civil trial? No.
No.
But you know, why? Why? Why are we so quick to allow authority to tell us what to do, even when authority is wrong?
And
it was an anonymous tip. Yeah, it was an anonymous tip that took the police to that house with that no-knock warrant, kicked the door in, threatened his family. They're armed to the nines. They don't have any evidence at all of anything except an anonymous tip, and that is what brought them into his house.
Acting like that.
Yeah. Why does he have to bow to that as authority? You know what?
He doesn't.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
This is genius.
Oh, it was
and we
brilliant.
need to learn from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, let's move on to Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
Yes. Okay. So we did stream a hearing for Kelsey Fitzsimmons today. This was a trial preparedness hearing to see if they're ready to go to court on Monday. And the most important thing that happened is that Kelsey chose to have a bench trial. She had the option to have a jury or a bench trial, and she opted for the bench trial. So this trial will be viewed only by the judge. I mean, it'll still be live streamed and everything, but like it will be up to the judge to determine. It's a little bit different. There are no opening and closing statements. And, there won't be 9,000 times of sending the jury out and bringing the jury back in, all that stuff. It's going to go fast. This was scheduled, they thought, for about 3 days. It may take less than that. Some of Kelsey's text messages did get in that the defense didn't want in, although there is some redaction in that. And that was pretty much what they decided today. So the Fitzsimmons trial will start over on the Trials channel it's 9 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Mountain on Monday, and we'll be streaming the entire trial. But it shall be very interesting because there is no jury. It is all presented just to the judge.
That'll be
had a big long conversation about how he does not have bias for any of the attorneys, or there's no reason for him to, because in Massachusetts, not only does the judge have to approve a bench trial, but so does the prosecutor. The prosecutor actually does have a say, and they had a big conversation about, well, I did know you're right out of law school in 1995 or whatever, stuff like that. But ultimately, no, he doesn't have any bias. He didn't feel that there was any reason why he couldn't preside over the trial and reach the verdict. So
I think
that
this
is
a
going to
good
be
choice.
super interesting.
I know some of the YouTube and Twitter lawyers were saying that the last hearing made them think that she should choose a bench trial because it seemed like the judge was seeing this case clearly.
It does. Well, Judge Karp is his name, and he was a long-time defense attorney. And so he certainly has a pretty good view of things. He's very fair. He's got a long history of being very fair and very procedural. He just follows all the rules. And I think he's actually a really good judge. I was impressed with him today.
Good.
I will make sure we have captions on next time because the audio quality in this courtroom is terrible. And I didn't have my captions on today, but I will get the captions up. It will help. On the edited version of the hearing that I put out today, you know me, I worked my magic on the audio, and it's a lot easier to listen to.
Good.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to stream it starting Monday. It's going to be a good trial.
Yeah, I believe so. And very interesting because a lot of us are saying we've not seen one without a jury before. So that adds another level of interest. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often. So
no.
Yeah, I'm super curious about it.
Friends, please prepare yourselves for a jump scare.
Oh boy. Ooh.
Yeah. This is Kouri Richins. This was just released a couple days ago. This is Kouri Richins' booking photo back in 2023 in Summit County Sheriff's Office. There she is. So a couple things have come to light. One is that apparently there was an unsigned order out there for Kouri's mother, Lisa Darden, to receive a public defender. And there was some speculation about why that was, and that's now been cleared up. So if you've heard part of that, I'll help clear up the rest of it. It's because she was requesting an attorney in case she ended up having to testify. It was never signed. It was never actually, we know she didn't testify. So it was essentially, it didn't happen. Though you might have noticed in the courtroom that Sky Lazaro, Kouri's former attorney, sat with Lisa Darden during sentencing. She was there to support the Darden family. Interesting, but
very interesting. It's kind of a weird thing to do, in my opinion.
I thought so. Yeah. And then the last thing with Kouri is that a juror has spoken. So a juror spoke to Good Morning America and said some interesting things. She identified herself as Laura. She was the foreperson. And she said on day one that she kind of felt like maybe Kouri was kind of getting beat up on by the Richens family, that she felt stuck or trapped. There was a lot of anger towards Kouri from the family, and Laura initially kind of thought, maybe we do have this sweet little mama that's had her ass kicked by this family, right? But then, as the trial went on, she said the rest of the evidence, she said the forensic evidence really started to change her opinion, and that really blew her initial opinion out of the water, in her words. She said some of the more impactful pieces of evidence for the jury were the cell phone pings. They were presented by the state, showing Carmen and Robert Crozier. Even though neither of them were highly reliable in their testimonies, it showed exactly where they were, and that really made a big difference. She said that to some of the jurors, the walk the dog letter was the smoking gun, but to others, they didn't think that meant much of anything at all.
Interesting.
When they sat down to decide the verdict, they decided to just kind of do a round table. Let's just each talk a little bit about how we feel about this and what we're thinking. And basically, they all just spilled their guts about what they thought about the trial, and they all thought she was guilty. So that was all she wrote. That's how they did it.
I mean, that's pretty much what we figured, as for a jury to come back that fast in a trial with 5 charges.
Yep.
They had to have just already been unanimous.
She said,
that's very interesting.
Yeah. One thing she said is that they didn't seem to notice over in the jury box all the facing.
Really?
She said that she was very still on her face. A couple of times I would see her laughing a teeny bit or smiling when she was talking to her defense counsel, but other than that, there was very little emotion. I guess with the camera trained on her face enough, we saw more of that than the jurors did, which is
I guess
fine.
so.
Then she said it was heartbreaking, that they all were heartbroken. She said people were really sad because they didn't want to find her guilty. They were really hoping that she would be innocent, and we couldn't come to that conclusion, and it was really heartbreaking, which I thought was very sweet.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's a sad thing to think that a mother would do this to the father of her children.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So there you have it. That's what's new with Kouri. That was a Freudian
I know, we've done it a bunch of times.
I am sure. Yes. Talk to us about Matthew Farwell.
Yes, Matthew Farwell. The thing that bums me out about this is that this is a federal trial, so we don't even get to stream it.
Yeah.
But Matthew Farwell headed to trial on the murder of Sandra Birchmore and her unborn child. Well, Farwell has suffered some legal defeat. His legal team filed a motion to dismiss because in October last year, there was a superseding indictment filed, which basically superseded the federal case over the state case because of federal law protecting unborn children by causing the death of the child. That made this a federal case.
Wow.
And they did a lot of complaining, and the judge said, absolutely not. Get out. Pretty much. It was there was no sympathy for Matthew Farwell. So this is going forward, and it's going forward in federal court.
Yep. This prick and his cronies ruined this girl's life. They ruined her childhood. They ruined her young adulthood. They trafficked her. I cannot wait. I'm sad we can't stream it, but I am here for justice for Sandra.
Yeah, me too.
This son of a bitch. And I don't know if his mom's alive or not. It doesn't matter.
No, it does not.
Ugh. Awful human. Just awful. Speaking of awful humans, let's talk about Shanna Gardner.
Oh, boy.
So Shanna Gardener-Fernandez and her husband Mario, of course, are going to trial in August. This is the Stampin' It Up heiress, right? Who
Operation Funeral Potatoes?
Yes. Who wanted to hire a hitman to murder her ex-husband because she really wasn't liking this every other week thing. And really didn't want to have to split custody with him. Shanna, in my opinion, seems to be extremely entitled and spoiled and is absolutely never told no until she was, and she just could not handle it. Could you, Shanna? Well, a few more text messages have been released. So a lot of a fair amount of evidence against her are the text messages between her and one of her friends. Now, one of the things about this case that always has been of interest to us is that Shanna was Mormon, was Mormon, and her friend that she was texting with was in her ward also. And the plan to kill Jared was called funeral potatoes. Also, they didn't refer to Jared by his name. His name was Stupid. So all the texts about him were referring to Stupid. And, she's not out on bond. She's in jail. Yeah. So the friend swears that she just thought it was a joke. However, the friend sent a text to somebody looking for a hitman for Shanna.
Hey, you know a guy? You know a guy?
Yeah. So
I don't know anyone to text to be like, hey, do you want to kill this girl's husband? Like, what? Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
But funeral potatoes, like, that's like such a Mormon thing. And I know it's other religions as well, but that's such a huge, it's just so funny.
Yeah. Well, a couple of the texts that came out that I think Shanna probably cooks your potatoes is, I'm still trying to send Stupid to prison. If I can't make a casserole, prison is the next best option.
Oh my God.
And just when I think doing this whole 1 week off on thing is such a good idea, it gives me great pleasure in imagining slitting his throat.
Jesus, lady, this is the father of your children.
And then the friend sends a text. Shanna needs a guy. The kind that performs permanent disappearing acts on people. Do you know any magicians?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How do you determine who in your life, in your phone, you would send that text to?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine? I cannot imagine.
Yeah. So it's going to be a rough go for you, Shanna. I think I can't wait for your trial in August, because if you guys think everyone else was facing, this girl is a brat. We're going to have some, I think, Sarah Boone vibes from her.
Ooh, can't wait.
Mm-hmm. So we'll keep an eye on this up until August, and then we'll stream it. All right. Talk to us about Rex Heuermann.
Guys, Rexy has a hurt foot and couldn't come to court.
I cannot stand looking at his face. It is so
I know, me either.
gross. Yeah.
Yeah, he is so gross. Couple things about Mr. Huerman here. One is that he had to miss a hearing because he's hurt his foot and he's walking with a crutch.
That's an ouchie.
Oh, darn.
Oh, no.
Oh, I mean, I hope it hurts forever. Here's the other thing. Huerman is going to trial.
Yes.
He is chancing it. Serial killer, Long Island serial killer. He is going to trial. And that trial is going to be this summer, friends.
I cannot believe that's coming up.
I cannot either. And who knows if it really will be this fast. Because, I mean, they're literally still looking for his victims. But, excuse me.
Yeah, but they could at least try what they've got, I guess.
I guess so. I mean, I guess I don't know. He's going to shoot a shot. It blows me away.
Bethy says he's going to wear an oxygen mask. He'll be in a wheelchair, too. That's
probably.
He's going to go the total Nick Rossi vibe.
His attorneys had mentioned that he does have some health problems. Oh, darn. I hope they suck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, how... Read the room, man. You're going to prison forever.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know it. So, right, and what's with the hair? I've never seen a picture of this man with a good haircut. Not one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. All righty. Well, let's talk about the Alexander brothers. So we reported on this trial that it was starting. This was a federal trial, so we couldn't stream it. And then we had Kouri starting, and so we really just kind of were watching this in the background. Well, that trial wrapped up last week, and they were all found guilty. The state dunked all over on these three. So let me tell you what they were charged with. Well, what they were convicted of. So there's three brothers. There's Oren. Oren was known as the most aggressive recruiter and facilitator. He's the one who initiated contact, kind of hit on women, got him to agree to come back to a party or his room or whatnot and set things up, meaning he would set up scenarios for his brothers to rape women and himself. But he was kind of he was the face. He was convicted of sex trafficking conspiracy, sex trafficking on multiple counts, transportation for illegal sexual activity, aggravated sex abuse, and sexual exploitation of a minor. The key allegations were that he frequently approached or messaged women first, helped arrange travel, directly involved in multiple assaults, including incidents involving minors, and it was argued that he was the central organizer of this three-man operation they were running.
Gross.
Then Alon Alexander, he was convicted of sex trafficking conspiracy, sex trafficking on multiple counts, transportation for illegal sexual activity, and aggravated sexual abuse. So the difference between him and his brother is he has no separate minor exploitation conviction. That was specific to his brother. Key allegations against him were that he participated in group assaults with his brothers. He was present during multiple incidents involving drugging and incapacitating victims, and was involved in situations where victims testified that they were unable to consent.
My God. And these guys are so disgusting. They participated in assaults together. As brothers.
Yep.
Like, God almighty.
These guys were real estate agents for the most wealthy people in New York and Florida.
Well, that tracks, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, at least some sex traffickers go to prison.
Right. And then Tal Alexander. He's the older brother. He was convicted of sex trafficking conspiracy, sex trafficking on multiple counts, transportation for illegal sexual activity, and aggravated sexual abuse. His key allegations are that he used his status and connections to help facilitate access to women. He participated in assaults during trips and parties, and he was involved in coercive situations where victims were isolated or impaired. So yeah, they're all three going to prison for a damn long time.
Goodbye.
Yep.
Fuck you.
So I'm
probably
glad
gonna
that
get raped every day in prison. Oh darn.
Apparently, there were 11 women that testified, mostly under pseudonyms, and some of them were only 16 when this happened to them.
Oh my God.
Yep, these guys are the worst of the worst. Yep. They were realtors for Ivanka Trump and her husband and many other really wealthy people. Yeah.
And no, they are not the ones that Trump brought back into the country. That's Andrew Tate and his brother.
Yeah.
But Andrew Tate's like locked up in Russia or something right now, not going anywhere. So
isn't it Romania?
Is it Romania? No, it's a different country.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
He has charges in Romania, but
I just read something new. I should have brought that, but I forgot.
Talk to us about Aaron Spencer.
Well, Aaron Spencer, this is, of course, the dad who ran down the man who had kidnapped his young daughter, ended up killing that guy in the process of getting his child back. He has a new judge, and they have set a new trial date. I still can't believe this is going to trial. But whatever. Who am I? So there's a pre-trial hearing on April 29th, and then trial on June 20th. So this new judge has expressed willingness to work with the media. So it's very possible that we will be streaming this. And this is one we want to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you have one more. You guys, I feel bad, and I feel like we owe you an apology because one thing we have not done is say the last name Duggar enough times on this show. So we're going to fix that today.
Well, another Duggar brother has been arrested for lewd and lascivious conduct. This is Joseph Duggar, brother of Joshie Duggar, who was in federal prison. He was arrested today for crimes against a minor that occurred in Panama City Beach, Florida. He was in another state and was arrested and is being extradited. He has been charged with lewd and lascivious behavior, including molestation of a victim younger than 12, and lewd and lascivious behavior conducted by a person 18 or older. The victim, there's a 14-year-old victim that had a forensic interview that this happened with Joseph Duggar during a family vacation in Panama City Beach when she was 9 years old. So, he's living up to his brother, I guess. Mm-hmm. Disgusting. Absolutely. And not surprising. I honestly, after Josh, I've wondered about the other kids.
Well, right. How isolated could that possibly be? Yep.
Especially not in a family of more than 20 children.
Right. And the way the parents covered for him and gaslighted the daughters to forgive him and let it go. Yeah.
Yeah, but this
Absolutely
is an offense
disgusting.
as an adult.
Yep.
So he's being extradited back to Panama City Beach in Florida. And hey, maybe we'll be able to follow this trial better because I think this one's going to be state.
Good.
Unless they find more, which they very well could.
Yeah. Gross. Well, hope they throw the whole book at him.
Yeah. Me too.
Well, that's what we have got, and that was a lot.
Yes, it was.
So, it is nearly time for the watch party. So, at 7:15, right here on this channel, the watch party is happening. We are watching the 3 deaths of Maricela Escobedo. And you may have already been emailed the link to the watch party or given the link to the watch party. If you...
No one has, actually. I just realized
okay.
I'm going to send that out right now.
Okay. So all you do, if you're a member of the Super Squad, you'll be receiving that here shortly. Then you just click on that link. It'll be another live with us. This is what you'll see on the screen. And you'll watch on your own device, and we'll chat about it in the chat room. And that's how the watch party happens.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go because we got to do that. So thanks so much for being here. We're going to be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. for our last show of the week, 3 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So we'll see you then. This has been yet another production of the True Crime Squad.
Bye, everybody.
Join the Super Squad, bonus laughs, deeper clues, same sharp sleuths, just extra clues.